We've worked through the prelims. Marko and Qien both going undefeated here, now in the championship. Winner taking home 100, second taking home $20. Marko out of Finland. He's got the GOAT icon. Why? Good, the GOAT, greatest of all time player. He's dominated the game, and he has for a very long period of time. He's coming off a first place finish last month. He wants to continue. But we got Qien, the Octo Kid, undefeated in Blitz tournament matches. Last month when Marko won, Qien wasn't playing. So let's get right into it. Snark, I'm going to hit the intro, so don't say anything hilarious or interesting. All ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's not just another round of the Blitz World Series. It's the championship.
The championship. Octo Kid versus GOAT. Finland versus Russia. Kid versus old man. I mean, experienced veteran. And here we go. We got Marko on the left. We got Qien on the right. On the Doom map, SVS for the first game here, and we already see a difference right off the bat. Marko going with an early oil, Qien going straight into War Factory here. And now a second oil for Marko, 2 oils before War Factory for Marko. All right, he's going for the, you gotta risk it to get the biscuit. And that's exactly what Marko is doing here with no early units at all. 2 oils right off the bat. Qien is gonna have rhinos before Marko even makes a War Factory. And straight for the power to slow down production. Yep. But he has the power plant.
Straight for the power, and very, very confident move here from Marko. Marko obviously has been seeing Qien play. I mean, he knows how Qien's playing this map. Qien's playing very, very aggressive. We did see this from Marko in his matches, though, earlier. He's not the kind of guy who's like, oh, I have to get my rhinos out. He's very comfortable defending with very little, and getting a very strong economy early in exchange for that. With a couple rhinos, a couple dogs, and a couple sentries, Marko can hold off these early attacks. We've seen him prove that, and we did just see it there. So Qien went for the early tanks, Marko went for the early economy. And if Qien's not able to get value out of his early tanks, Marko's going to come out ahead in this early game with a better economy moving into the mid game, and Marko held off nicely there. So I think Marko's got to be feeling good about that.
Nicely. That was an incredible hold out of Marko. The perfect play sentry gun, just whooshing in, putting his tanks back, just, doing it perfectly, not losing a single thing, except for 1 sentry gun, right? 3 sentries to start with 2 oils, definitely worth it here. But who is ahead now, right? So we're going to do a quick count here. Both players on 2 War Factories. Marko just getting his 3rd, right? Qien on 7 oils, Marko only on 6.
So Marko, now Marko opting over to the 3rd War Factory now. But now Qien on 3rd War Factory, so slight variations in build here. Qien does have a little bit more oil out here, or did. I think it's about even now. Pretty even on the tanks. Neither player really able to push through. A sentry gun advantage is going to tip it in either player's favor as Qien brings out the Desolators now, and Marko mirroring the radars right behind each other. So both players playing a very, very similar game here.
A bit of a split there from Qien.
Qien has a little too much money right now. I think Qien's might be kind of weird that Qien's not keeping up on one of his tabs. Might have, not sure exactly. I think Qien should have a couple more tanks possibly. Battle lab now for Qien out. Qien on a lot of money.
I mean, is it or is it just right? Because Marko is the one that's actually, struggling with the money here. Kirov out for Marko first, Kirov out for Qien. Ooh, yeah. Right after all of Marko's dogs just went down.
Marko's dogs go down. Yep, Kirov for Kirov now, still very, very even. Yeah, let's see how the predictions are doing.
I've got the knowledge.
What do the people think?
Why doesn't my prediction layer work? Damn it! I don't know what the people think. All right, so Kirov's going in, so Marko's delaying his Kirov for a second here.
Oh, the flag tracks, few of them went down. That was not good for Marko. Now Marko is going to lose that oil from this Kirov that's coming in.
And that oil's going to take a flag. Yep, going to take a power, going to take a flag. And that Kirov's already pretty much done its value. Qien just lets it go AFK. Drops a couple on the tanks.
Well, I mean, he is busy dealing with his own issue as Marko's Kirov does get in those Desolators, forcing the flag tracks back, and he gets... Oh, nice chain reaction. Icy's counting down for both players now. Qien's Icy's going to be ready a little bit faster, but Naval Yard's out as well for both players here. So we're going to see Squid Wars down at the bottom here.
Yep.
And who's going to push in first? The Icy for Qien just a little bit faster, Ivor.
Yep. So Qien with a slight Iron Curtain advantage here, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, that's what this kind of devolves into in the late game, Soviet versus Soviet, is who's going to get the more value out of their Iron Curtains. using their Desos, using their drones. The Squids are probably going to lock up the water. Probably nothing too decisive going to happen down there for the time being, at least. So Iron Curtain now ready. Oh, but Qien delays a second here, so now both players have their Iron Curtains ready. Marko splitting a little bit, bringing some around the back of his base. Oh, trying to avoid, yeah, so here comes the Iron Curtain drones from Qien and try to tip the tides here. But Marko uses his Iron Curtain very offensively. Going to target Qien's Iron Curtain first. Now going to go right for the MCV. Should see a force shield here. Ooh, no force shield.
I heard the sound, so he like literally clicks it as it was dying here. Marko has most of his tanks droned, trying to defend them still. Qien is going to push in here with a scary army. Can Marko hold this army is the question, because that's going to be crucial here. If he can hold, he's going to have the IC advantage, something that Qien doesn't have, but only if he can hold this push here for Qien. Drones are still going in his tanks. He does have the elite to help him out. Qien now pushing in here, moves the elite back. Beautiful micro there. Yep. Qien pushing in at the top here. It's this push or it's nothing. Marko does have the IC. Nice sentry gun placement there, but the Desolator's doing damage here. Ooh, can he hold?
Yeah.
Can he hold here? Going for the oil in the top. That's going to be the power. If Marko loses power.
And force shields. Wow. Qien's has such a big tank advantage right now. What can Marko do here? Wow. Right. Big chain reaction. Marko trying to use that Desolator. Qien getting off the radiation very quickly, and Qien bringing in more reinforcements.
Oh, Marko loses his own IC as well, and now Marko's in big trouble as Qien's army is just going to roll through here. Marko does not have the things to respond, then GG is called.
Marko calls GG. Wow. So that first one going to Qien, but very back and forth. That first Iron Curtain, Marko had a very nice push. Kind of fell behind on production, I guess. Very interesting game, very back and forth.
Damn. All right. So let's talk about mistakes there, right? I mean, why Marko's push in the bottom was brilliant. It was really, really, really well done there. He saw the IC drones coming. He split up his tanks into two groups, pushed in the bottom. IC the bottom group, got Qien's IC, destroyed it. Right, but the counterpunch from Qien, after all those drones coming in, cleaning in Marko's army, Marko just couldn't keep up with the pressure from the counterpunch, and Qien managed to clean up the game there with the counterpunch. Marko probably should have swapped into drones at that point.
Yeah, it was very, very, yeah, Marko could have tried to go a little bit more defensive there. Qien, massive tank, but those, yeah, the IC drones were huge, really, really cleaned out Marko's army. That was a nice hit. Wow, very, very interesting, but, yeah, I mean, it went both ways, and it's one of those games where it's like it's back and it's like a tug of war. It's back and forth, and then finally one player makes a decisive move when the other player maybe slips a little bit, and then they just crumble. It's funny how those games, like, they're so close, and then it ends, and Qien's like way up on tanks, and you're like, wait, what just happened? But things tip so quickly at these scales, and as soon as you make a mistake, you know, a player like Qien or a player like Marko is going to jump on it, take advantage of it, crush you for it, and make you regret it the rest of your life. So now we have Allied versus Allied now. Marko with a couple early GIs here. Qien super early Grizzly pressure.
I love what Ed said.
Yeah.
Qien's 3 steps ahead while Marko only 2 steps ahead.
Yep, pretty much. Path, the prize is first place $100, second place is $20. So both these guys have worked hard, earned their way here, and both players taking home money, but you gotta want the $100 prize. It's a nice juicy one. So now,
oh yeah, definitely.
Qien, couple GIs, and some Grizzlies.
Nice Marko to help out here.
Oh, sniper.
There's a sniper as well. Nice.
Sniper and GGIs. Yeah, Marko has a very diverse early defense. You know, Qien putting the pressure on. Marko has a few different ways to defend it. Using the GIs, but I like that about Marko. Uses everything at his disposal. The GGIs, the snipers, the Grizzlies, the dogs, the pillboxes. It's like very diverse. And now the Rockies. Very diverse. Both players bottoming out here.
Yeah. First Eagle comes out. Double AFC for Qien, but you can't afford this. And I think that's a sniper in that IFE?
Yeah, the sniper IFEs, yep.
So that even counters the sniper.
Yeah, and Qien just goes straight double AFCs right away. Allied versus Allied AFC wars are everything. We've seen it in many games so far. So the 3 AFCs isn't a bad, or 2 double AFCs isn't a bad idea. It's just expensive. You know, early game, it's not really about right or wrong.
Ivor, these 3 Eagles.
Oh, and takes the AFC. So Marko should be able to save these Eagles no problem. But the big thing is now Marko's looking to counterpunch by taking Qien's AFC, but it won't work because Qien has 2 of them. So I think the double AFC, that could be the new meta. Meta redefining tactics from the Octo Kid.
Qyen's pretty broke, Ivor. I mean, alright, Marko puts a forward Patriot. I don't know if in the right position. Qien puts his own Patriot to defend here. First power drop coming out for Qien in a defensive position on top of his AFCs here. Marko needs more defenses against air here on his AFC. I mean, Qien's gonna snipe that one right out. Marko's eco still has been a little bit better, and now he's teched up. As soon as those prisms start coming out, Qien might be in trouble here.
Yeah. Qien's broke and has been broke. That double AFC play, I mean, while it was good in theory, it did cost him. Does he get 3 down? He does. Takes another AFC. Was that a full pad? Was that 4 Eagles that went with it?
But an elite! Yeah, that was a full pad that went with it. The elites need to get those IFVs, those GG IFVs to help in the top here. He's in trouble. The Rocketeers are doing a lot of damage here. Can he hold is the question.
Melting, yeah, Qien, and Qien's going to try to ult the War Factory, so he does take the War Factory. Qien pays a pretty high price for that attack, and his economy has caught up with him here, but that was Marko's only... Ooh, and grabs the Battle Lab. Okay, so that was the icing on top there. So good offensive push there, taking Marko's only War Factory and getting his Battle Lab. So Marko now trying to counter by taking this oil, which would take the AFC with it. Does get it.
Oh, gets it, and the lead IFV coming in the bottom. Didn't really get much done there.
Marko in the water.
Marko in the water, but the lab went down, so no aircraft carrier yet, and now Qien is teched up as well. His own Mirages are coming out. Marko only now getting his War Factory back up online. He's probably rushing for tech now. I mean, he had to get his AFC and the Battle Lab back up. Marko's behind here in tech big time. Qien with 2 AFCs still on the field, and now his own naval yard coming out here. Honestly, I'm liking Qien's position much better now.
Yeah. I mean, well, now, yeah. I mean, once the dust has settled on it, I have a really hard time reading these games because they're so different. I spend the whole month watching players play one style. Then you get Marko and Qien in here, and it's like we're playing a different game. It's just so different. It's so fast, and things tilt so quickly in different directions. Oh, gets in, tries to grab that oil to splash that army. Doesn't get that oil, though. Just slightly misses it.
2 more Eagles coming in. 2 more Eagles coming in.
Oh, it does grab. Takes a couple pillboxes with it.
But that was a heavy price. A lot of Eagles going down there. Marko, can he hold on here? Gets a second War Factory up. 3 Patriots up top here. So that's going to be hard for the Eagles to push, but they could always go around into the bottom. They're both spamming Dolphins at the moment, so we might get to see some Dolphin Wars in the bottom here. So Qien pushing in. Does Marko have enough to defend these Dolphin Wars? I don't know. Let's see. Wow, that's a lot of Dolphins.
Yep, Dolphins. Yeah, so it's just, Dolphins on Dolphins down here in the bottom. Yeah, and again, these top guys doing a pretty good job just kind of knotting up the naval. Whoever gets in first, the other player just gets in and kind of plays defensively. See if either player can get an edge in there.
Here come the Eagles. Here come the Eagles. Oh, Marko moves the elite IV into position. Oh, but he's pushing in. He's going for the oil. Doesn't get that much.
Yeah, single oil, bit of splash. Yeah, so Qien tries around AFC. Marko looks like Marko's going to pull ahead in this naval battle, but Marko's broke. Trying to manage a lot of different things at once right now.
Marko's very, very broke. He's got his prisms, which are going to help him defend big time. Qien coming in with his own prisms for the offensive here. The Rocketeers moving into position. Qien's out of position here. Not very good. Ooh, nice defense there for Marko. And now Marko with an Aegis out. You know what's coming next. It's the aircraft carrier Qien with 1,000,000 Rocketeers. He has the eco. He's got the 2 AFCs. What is Qien's endgame, though? Because Marko's land army is looking strong. And with all these Patriots, it's going to be hard for him to push in with the air. There's the aircraft carrier.
Aircraft carrier out the prism, but Marko has to back this from the land. There's not enough space for the aircraft carrier to get away from the prism tanks. Oh, he takes one out with the aircraft carrier. That's always nice. And this is gonna be a big battle right here. Marko does not have much anti-air in this group. He's got a couple Patriot missiles in range. Oh, Marko could have brought the cruiser over to help out. Rocky's doing a lot of damage. But Marko definitely pulling ahead here, and by supporting, now he's supporting his aircraft carriers on the ground. The aircraft carriers are the juicer right now. They can start doing some offensive damage nicely. Marko needs to bring that cruiser in. He's got a cruiser in this bottom left corner, but he's pushing in. These prism tanks doing a lot, but the Rockies targeting those prism tanks. Prism tanks just so weak right now, and Qien calls GG.
Wow, I was sure Qien was winning there at one point in the top. When he sniped the AFC and the Battle Lab, he was so ahead, and Marko somehow managed to hold on, grind, win the naval battle, make Qien nervous. You know, Qien had to make a move. He pushes in, and in AVA, when you push into a bunch of Prism, Pillboxes, GIs, and Rocketeers, and Patriots, you do not succeed, but the clock was ticking, just because Marko won the naval battle. If you guys want to know what won Marko that game, it was naval. It was forcing Qien to make a move prematurely.
Yep, that's absolutely right. And that's the tempting thing to think there is you think like, well, Qien, like that's the point. That engagement on the bottom, Qien wouldn't have engaged if he didn't have to. But he knew it was like, okay, I gotta go. I don't feel comfortable about this engagement. But if I don't do it, the naval's gonna kill me anyway. So he had to do it. And that's exactly right. Marko forced his hand with the naval. The naval battle's huge.
Yeah. All right, all right. So now Qien is gonna go Soviet, Marko allied, and we saw the SVS. Qien took that. We saw the AVA. Marko took that. Now it gets interesting as these guys. Can Marko hold on with Qien's insane Soviet pressure? I mean, Ivor Qien just has such perfect micro with those rhinos. It is so hard for an allied player to defend versus it.
It's so tough. It's so tough in Blitz. I mean, and that's ultimately, I mean, what Blitz comes down to at some levels, and that's why at the lower levels we let players pick their factions because players would just all lose with Allied versus Soviet. They just can't resist the early rhinos. But Marko in this tournament specifically today, Marko has demonstrated an ability to hold off early pressure better than anyone I've ever seen, and he's done it many games without even tanks. Just perfect pillboxes, perfect usage of everything at his disposal. He repairs incredibly quickly everything he does. In this case, a couple early GIs. He likes to bring a couple early GIs early up on the top hill. And so if anyone can do it, it's certainly Marko here, but it is 1-1. Got ourselves a nice banger of a match. Path with some biddies. Path, thanks, buddy, for the bits. Appreciate it. Foam Hippo with the follow. Thanks for the follow, buddy.
Oh, but the dogs, Marko, your GGIs are gonna go down.
Oh, the GGIs go down, so nice use of the dog. And when we talk about micro, I know a lot of people kind of ask that, non-players, like, what do we mean by micro? Because up here, it makes it seem like, yo, you kind of tell the units to go attack, they figure it out. Every single individual direction that a unit is given. And at the higher level, the more of those you're going to see. In this case, Qien, this is a scary group of rhinos. As soon as you go from 3 to 4, that's a big jump. 4 rhinos start busting down buildings and busting up pillboxes very, very quickly here. So Marko has to kind of hang back, has to try to bait some buildings. Perfect pillbox from Marko, but still not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, well, he's holding on here. The AFC is out. He can't lose this oil. That's going to be huge if Qien can. No, Qien has to back off here with the pillbox, the GGI moving into position, and the Rocketeer out as well for Marko. Marko doing an incredible job holding on to the early Soviet pressure, and Qien is bringing it, right? He is bringing it. Marko somehow holding on.
Yeah, the rhinos are getting to a very scary number quickly, though. Going to use the Eagles to try to get a little damage on a rhino. Hopefully doesn't lose that Eagle in the process. Marko, Grizzlies. And you see, now you guys see, Marko has to dance back with his Grizzlies. He cannot engage these rhinos head on. He has to dance back, try to use fodder, try to use his pillboxes. So now in range of the pillbox, he does go in. Another pillbox out.
He might lose his MCV here.
Yep.
The Eagle coming in, the Rocketeer coming in. He has one Grizzly to try and defend, but the Qien is diving for the MCV. The MCV is going to go down.
MCV goes down.
Oh boy, so Marko in big trouble here as Qien keeps pushing in. If he ults the War Factory here,
yeah.
Oh, he does. Yep, he does. Oh no.
Yep. And Marko calls
GG.
So that's an interesting one, and I think there's a couple things. You know, early on, I used to think like in that position, I'd be like, I would have said, why doesn't Marko just build a super small base and a ton of pillboxes and just resist? And the point is, at a high level, we've talked about it, it's not about surviving, it's not about resisting. You have to resist, and then you have to be in a position to ultimately win. If you can't counterpunch, if you can't win, there's no reason to survive early on. So Qien will have it either way. If you spread yourself out and Qien can pick you apart, that's great. If you put yourself in a nutshell of a base,
wake your ass up because it's time to go.
The beast mode. Thank you, Ed. If you put yourself in a tiny base that's easily defended, Qien's going to win in the mid game. Even if you resist early on, he's just going to come back and beat you up in the mid game because your base is going to be so small without any map control. Your oils are going to start chain reacting. So that's ultimately it. Like, Marko has to make those decisions, even if they seem scary, spreading his base out like that. He has to set himself up to be able to play the mid and late game, or there's no point of making it through the opening. But beautiful pressure from Qien, picks up another point. It is 2-1, best of 7.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. So Qien moving here to 2-1, just a little bit ahead of Marko here. Let's see if Marko can return the favor. I mean, we just saw Qien prove how powerful early Soviet pressure is, but Qien is going to bring in here the GI rush, and Marko not even going early War Factory, going oil first. 2 oils first. These GIs,
I'm not sure. I don't
is
think
Marko ready for them?
the barracks
Is Marko ready for
the
them?
barracks is camped. Yeah, no, there's no. This is it. It has to be.
Oh
That's
my
it.
god. That oil is gonna go down right away. Marko in big, big, big trouble right now. And I mean big trouble.
Yeah, I would like
Fires
to.
goes down, no more sentry guns.
I would like to go back and rewatch it. I wonder if Marko missed the scout. No, he didn't. He's got his dog right here, so Marko didn't miss that scout. And the Grizzlies right behind it. And Qien does a good job of bringing this GI rush. And it's like a lot of players, I feel like when they go GI rush, that's all they have going for them. But Qien brings the GI rush and the Grizzlies right behind it. I mean, the Grizzlies are right there to support. Wow.
He's gonna go for the MCV. He's gonna go for the MCV. Oh, the
Yep.
MCV goes down. And Qien gets an lead. GG called by Marko. 1 minute 37 seconds. Qien takes another game. 3-1 for Qien. The Octo Kid bringing in another one.
And it's so funny to see that because there's so many people, I know who would have watched that last point and been like, Soviet OP. And then Qien gets allied and takes home a quick 90-second win that way. Yeah.
Holy shit. Now it is a best of 7, but that means it's match point for Qien as we speak.
And so it is. So this is best of 7. We only are doing the first 2 mirrored. We set this with the players before, and the first 2 are mirrored, and then we're doing swap, 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 swap. The reason for that is because I think allied versus allied is kind of boring. So we just mirror the first 2, then we swap factions the rest of the way. So now Marko goes allied again, Qien goes Soviet again. Match point. If Qien can take this one home, it'll 4-1, take the $100.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's Qien. It's really hard to appreciate. I mean, if you watch Qien's point of view, it's a little easier to understand that this kid's playing a different game than you. Like, why is Qien so much better? He's playing a different game. You're playing checkers. We're all playing checkers. Qien's playing chess, and Woody's playing chess. Marko's also playing chess, but just at a different point right now. I mean, Qien and Woody are just completely in their prime, completely dialed in right now, and they're just playing a different game than the rest of us. So now
Marko gonna try and return the favor.
Marko gonna try to pay it back. He brings his own, and I love it. Just like, this is OP. I'm gonna do it. And then Qien's like, okay, try. And now, yeah, double bunkers. I mean, yeah, I mean.
Now what are you gonna do? Now what are you gonna do?
The GI rush has to be a little bit unexpected, or else you just have a really expensive amount of Desolator fodder for later.
Desolator fodder, yeah. Desolator breakfast, more like.
Yeah, exactly. Not even fodder. Yeah, just Desolator breakfast. Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing that tournament a long time ago. Marko and Andy were in the championship like last year, and like Andy was NG rushing, and Marko like would just like he would try the bare minimum. Like he wouldn't sell everything off. He would just like try the bare minimum, and the NGs would work, and Marko would just lose. And you're like, why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? And it's like, because if you build 5 bunkers and sell all your buildings to resist the engineer, you're going to lose anyway. So I feel like Marko always does the bare minimum. In his head, he's like, with that GI rush, he's like, if I build a bunch of bunkers and do all this crazy stuff, I'm just going to lose anyway later. So I guess he always does. He likes to go like bare minimum. And against Qien, I guess it's just not working.
What do we think of this Navy SEAL? Is that going to go down through the water and snake through?
Hopefully. Yeah, I think someone in chat said that a little bit ago. I missed it, but yeah, the Navy SEAL. Yeah, get down on the water, back door. That's what Marko's got to be looking for, these kind of trick plays at this point. Hail Marys.
Yeah, all right. The SEAL is in the IFV, so we're gonna see where that's gonna go. If Marko can sneak it through and get something done with that. Radar out though for Qien, so we know Desolators are coming out. And Marko now with Mirages on the field. This Eagle keeps missing. Qien's so good at dodging Eagle shots.
Yeah, he just completely.
Oh, IFV, IFV.
Is that it? Navy SEAL in that IFV?
Yeah.
So nice.
Navy SEAL is in
Early
the
mirages
IFV.
for Marko important here. That is the counter for these rhinos.
Defensive power drop for Marko here. GI's in the top, GI's in the bottom. Marko, what's the end game? Qien is teching up. You know the IC is on its way. Might be a Kirov as well. Desolators are now out for Qien.
Yep.
And Marko, what is your end game plan? Because you need a plan. Here comes the Kirov, and Marko now going to need to switch to anti-air. Okay, Iron Curtain out, but a Naval Yard out for Marko. Is it going to be enough? Match point for Qien. Marko needs to get something done here. That's the seal, I think, coming. No, the Deso deploy. Qien notices it.
Yep, that Navy SEAL. Yep, and the Navy SEAL could help Marko secure the water possibly. The naval push. It's the only point Marko's won, right? Was with the Navy. So I like that push from Marko. If it worked once, kind of the only thing that's worked all day for him. So sends an eagle and misses the Deso, loses an eagle for it. Man, Qien is so slippery. He's so hard to hit with the eagles.
Yeah, but the IC Hiver 2 minutes down, the aircraft carrier in the bottom, though, this might get something done. Can Marko survive the IC is the question, though. He's going to go for the Desolators for he really wants to get that seal in. He really wants to get the seal in.
It's going to be very tough, but I like this. The seal, the aircraft carriers, he's got to mix and match here. This Iron Curtain's coming in about 20 seconds, and it's going to be nasty business. Is the only way to put that. Navy SEAL in backside. I'm sure Qien.
It's in.
I'm sure Qien sees it.
What's for the War Factory?
Yeah, grabs a War Factory for it. Qien's only on. Qien's only have one other War Factory. Qien on 12K right now for God knows what reason.
Aircraft carrier's chilling.
3 aircraft carriers out now. He could target this flak and start going to work. But here comes the Iron Curtain. Marko has to bait. This is like baiting a bull. You try to duck in, you make him blow it early, and then you run in all different directions with your army. Marko has a 3-way split with his army to try to get away from this Iron Curtain. Wow. He's put his units in 3 different directions. Nice hold there from Marko.
Defense out of Marko. And the Kirov is not going to get in.
Yep. The Kirov's not getting in, and the Iron Curtain. Oh, the Deso bomb.
Oh my God.
Where's the sniper, Marko?
He should have deployed.
Oh, where's the sniper?
My God.
The Kirov goes down. That Kirov gets nothing done. All these Desolators
the mirages are getting melted.
Where is the sniper, though, for Marko?
Oh, they're getting cornered.
The Mirages are in the very corner of the map at this point. He sends the Grizzlies to try to target them, and the Rhinos are coming back in for more. It's a lot of Rhinos. The Mirages survive, though. The aircraft carriers are AFC. Marko could be going to work with these aircraft carriers. I know he's got his hands full, but that's still really, really tempting. The Prism Tower now targets the Desolators, and what a banger right now. Qien goes in, going to take that oil, gets a power plant with it, and Marko holds the position.
Wow.
The aircraft carriers. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys.
A fucking holdout of Marko there. That was just insane. And now the aircraft carriers are getting to work. I don't know how Marko held an IC, a Kirov, and Desolators coming in, but he did somehow.
Oh my God. The Kirov, and a Deso bomb, the Deso bomb, an Iron Curtain, and a Kirov all at the same time. Marko split his tanks 3 different ways so Qien couldn't target them with the IC. He kept his IFVs on the Kirov right out of range of the radiation, and he's going to take Qien's MCV. Oh my God.
Wow, no power. Qien has no power, no MCV. Marko's going to win this.
That was possibly the most beautiful point I have ever seen. Like, the work of art put on by both players. And the thing is, to have one of the best defensive holds I have ever seen in my life, you have to have one of the best offensive plays I've ever seen in my life. And for Qien to gear that up with the Deso bomb, the Kirov, the Iron Curtain, like he created this entire work of art, and then Marko created his own and just came. I mean, oh my God, that was beautiful.
Wow. Like, talk about, I hope either you're writing down, like, you're going to make a compilation of the top games ever on Blitz. Write that down right in the video compilation of the top Blitz games ever.
Yeah.
That was a lesson from the GOAT himself. Yep. That was just insane. That was just nuts.
I mean, I kept thinking, I kept wanting to hit the highlight button, and then each thing was a new highlight. Like, every single move. I mean, that Marko, when at one point Qien chased him down with the Desolators, Marko had his Mirages almost off the map, and he kept him out of range of the I mean, one wrong move, and Marko would have lost all of his Mirages, and the game would have been over. He was just dancing on the edge of that radiation the entire... Oh my God. Wow.
Insane. Now, Qien won this matchup last time with a GI rush. has Marko learned? Because the GI rush is coming again. He goes early GIs, he goes early War Factory, and he just charges Marko going for an oil first. Again, GI's heading towards the top this time. Let's see if this dog could get any of them. No.
Okay, Marko sees it, right? Marko won't let this happen again. It is match point, guys. Best of 7. If Qien wins this, Marko loses. So Marko fighting. If Marko takes this one, we will go to a game number 7, and I will probably lose my mind. So if you guys are fans of entertainment, you gotta be cheering for the underdog here. Hopefully Marko can make something happen. We all want game number 7. I don't care who wins, but I do want a game number 7. I'm here for the barn burners. All right, conscripts out now to counter. Ooh, and so that's tough. Early game.
Power. No, you need that power. You need that place to build buildings. You do not want to lose that power plant early game. But Marko bringing in the sentry gun, the conscripts, and he holds.
Yep. So Marko does hold, and like someone said in the chat, I mean, I think Qien has won at least 2 games within 90 seconds. I can't remember his 3rd win. But Qien, obviously, the longer the game goes, statistically at this point, the more it goes in Marko's favor. So Marko holding here is obviously not losing in 90 seconds is very important. But the big thing is Marko held that power plant. Not just the fact that it gives power, it allows you to build on this top level. If you got kicked out early, then you're stuck trying to build on the bottom level unless you do an MCV move. That would have been huge. So Marko holding that power plant, very, very nice.
Indeed, a beautiful, beautiful holdout of the GOAT again. He holds where no one else can hold either, right? It's these crazy situations where everyone else would just melt.
Yeah, it
and
doesn't.
Marko holds.
It doesn't even really make sense to me. Like I'm trying to do these calculations, and I'm like, they're just things don't add up. But everything's a little bit faster. His units are targeting a little faster. They're switching to new targets a little bit faster. His sentries, his pillboxes are being repaired faster, and it all really adds up. Qien pumping, both players broke. Both players just like, give me a bit more. Give me one more tank. Like they're throwing everything they have at each other right now. We'll see if Marko tries to dial this back though. Marko obviously more, like we just said, the mid-late game's favoring him more. We'll see if he dials back or if he continues to keep the pressure on. Qien obviously on his heels a little bit here. 4 pillboxes on that top battle line.
Double FC, Ivor. This is dangerous for Marko. Marko on 3 war factories though, but his eco, can he hold it? Qien pumping GIs, pumping Eagles, pumping Grizzlies. Can his eco sustain? Marko's about to push in here big time, but his tanks are a little bit out of position. He's pushing into pillboxes, GIs, and are the Soviet OP Rhinos going to be enough? Marko's going to win this tank fight big time. The Eagles are coming in. Oh no, Marko comes out on top. Qien in big trouble right now. Holy shit.
Oh my god, Marko takes it.
Within 3 minutes.
I'm giddy, guys. This is Christmas morning for me. Let me just Marko and Qien in the championship. Best of 7, 7th game, Snark's in the booth, and we have no lag. And all my favorite people in the chat. I can't believe this.
Shit.
What a treat.
Christmas has come, and no words to describe this. Ivor, you know what Marko's holes are like? They're like black holes, right? You know how there's not enough matter in the universe to calculate the gravitation, right? The gravitational shit, so they made up black holes to deal with that problem. Right, like you said, the math just doesn't add up. Right, Marko's holding ability is like a freaking black hole right now. Dark matter. Sorry, what? Dark matter, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly. I mean it just doesn't. It doesn't add up. It just doesn't make like you. If you took a screenshot of the position and you gave it to 10 players, they would say no. They would say it's going that way. And Marko, and that really shows. This game. A lot of people try to simplify this game. They try to say, oh, it's simple. You just whoever has more rhinos. It's not the case. At the high level here, there's so much micro, so many little things that go on. It's really, really crazy. So here we go, guys. Point number 7, both players choosing their own factions, choosing Soviet, and we are going to no timer. So match point, no timer. So if it takes 4 hours, it takes 4 hours. I think we'd all be happy to sit through it. This is it, guys, for all the marbles. $100 going to the winner here. The loser going home. Hats off to both players. It's a banger. Snark, gun to your head. Right now, you got to decide who you choosing. If you're wrong, you die. Those are the stakes.
Yeah.
Choose.
Qien, just because he's undefeated. Right? I mean, Marko has been defeated before on the Blitz. Qien has never, not even versus that futuristic robot called Woody.
Yep.
Right.
I mean,
not even versus an AI. Qien just hasn't lost. So, gun to my head again. I don't wanna bet here, but gun to my head, it's gonna have to be Qien. But we're about to find out. I mean, Marko has just been insane. Insane, Ivor.
I mean, putting up points like this against the Octo Kid, and not just getting lucky either. Marko, just both players playing incredible game theory optimal. Blitz making incredible good decisions, and neither player really making any blunders. It's like one player makes an excellent move, the other guy makes an excellent move that's 3% better. I mean, a couple first-time chatters hopping in here. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Glad you guys are catching the action. Thanks for all you guys who are hanging out. We had a long day today. Appreciate all the support from you guys. Both forward War Factory now from Marko right on the front line. Get the rhinos in there early. Both players dancing with their dogs, dancing with their tanks, ready to rock and roll. I can smell it, the calm before the storm. It's coming, it's coming.
Oh, the storm is coming, Ivor. The storm is coming. Both of these players locked and loaded, ready for a fight. They've got their mouth guards in, and they're about to go at each other. Marko, like, testing the waters here with, a few jabs here. Qien rocking back and forth. And, I don't know, man. When the uppercut is going to come, when the knockout is going to come, but it's going to come as Qien splits his tanks. Marko responding perfectly here.
So I love that. So you saw Qien, it looked like he was going to go for the building, and as soon as he attacked the building, Marko would have attacked his tanks, and he didn't. If you are attacking a building and the other opponent's tanks come in the time that all your tanks take to swivel over to the tanks, you have already lost the battle. That's why you see players kind of bouncing around at the top level, baiting their buildings, so that's why you saw Qien jump, but it was like a fake. It was faking it. That was a really beautiful move, but neither player fell for it. But so now these guys both playing both sides of the map. I mean,
but Desolator's out for Qien. Marko moving into a very offensive position. He's gonna go in here.
Marko sends it. Marko sends it. He targets the War Factory though.
Enough?
Marko's targeting the War Factory. You think would have put him behind in this battle? I can't believe he targeted the War Factory right in the middle of the battle like that.
Holy shit, that could have been a misclick there, but Marko does make it work somehow. Now the Desolator's pushing in here with the tanks. Qien's tanks are all smoking. Marko in a much better position here. Ooh, Qien pushing in. The Deso deploys.
And the Deso gets a nice amount of damage, a little bit on his own, but probably Marko has a lot of smoking tanks. Qien needs to get some Desolators in position. He needs some Sentry Guns. He has the money to get some Sentry Guns out. He's pumping dogs. I feel like Conscripts could be the move here on the defensive front. Marko's got his tanks waypointed, and they're pumping out. He's on 4 War Factories. They're going right to the front line. Qien was trying to push tech, and there was no time to get the tech in this battle. Hit that Iron Curtain, that Battle Lab. Could have been time spent pumping War Factories, and so he's behind on tanks, he's behind on War Factories, and Marko's just going to keep pumping here, and Qien's on the ropes.
Qien in big trouble, and now Marko with his own Desolators coming in. The Battle Lab goes down. Qien with not enough Rhinos to defend this push. Marko gets the elite, and he's going to lose his MCV.
Qien sells the
first. Oh, the GOAT.
And Marko, the GOAT, takes it home. Oh my god.
Oh, the Octo Kid loses his first series in history here to the GOAT.
Wow.
My brain can't handle it, man. I feel like my brain's expanding and my head's just not letting it. Everything's exploding. What a fucking series, Ivor.
Wow. And I mean,
incredible series.
I mean, that's exactly. I mean, what are the words for it? I mean, first off, you start to say incredible by both players, and it's crazy. You can only like cutting diamonds with diamonds, right? And it's kind of amazing because a player like Qien, so oftentimes Qien and Marko both, they're so oftentimes playing players that they're so far above that you can't really even see them in their full form. So to get these guys both in here and really push each other to each other's limits, we got to see a Marko and a Qien that it's very rare to see. I mean, normally Qien's beating people up with 30% of his energy. So to have both these guys demand 100% precision from each other to absolutely put on a work of art. Qien obviously coming out with a big lead, and Marko pulling it back, proving why he's the GOAT. And Snark, I think you're dead, right? You bet your life on Qien.
Oh yeah. Apparently I'm dead. I hope you'll still accept me as a co-caster, as a ghost. But holy shit, man! Holy shit! Mind blown. 3-1 for Qien. Qien on match point ahead of Marko, and Marko then comes back to win 3 freaking games in a row with some impossible holds. And then just in the final game, that one tank fight where Marko says he's all about these timed attacks, right? all about the timed attacks. He saw Qien teched up. He saw he still didn't have the Desolators. He knew he could go in and win that fight. He went in, he did the damage, and took it home.
Absolutely incredible work of art by both players. Hats off.